John Leone is down on the field. He's going to talk to Alex Stanford, class of 2019, women's soccer player and a biology major. Here's John.
Yes, indeed, Gary. It's always fun to talk to our talented Lafayette students. Special one with me here today, Alex Stanford, a senior captain, the women's soccer team, and a road warrior, because Alex just got off the bus, coming home from an impressive win over defending Patriot League champion Bucknell. A huge opening win for the Leopards. Congratulations. Tell us about the game a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a start to our Patriot League play. We actually had two girls who scored their first career goals today, so that was really exciting and fun. It was a total team win. Everyone was in great spirits from the start, and we just had a good feeling going into the game, and we carried through with the game plan and came out on top.
Don't know a whole lot about soccer, but I do know that Bucknell actually outshot you guys. They had more corner kicks. They dominated time of possession, but the defense was relentless.
Oh yeah, our defense, they defend for their lives. I mean, they put their whole bodies in front of everything.
And we know you guys can get it done on the offensive end, particularly you. You got off to a great start this year. 5 goals in the first 3 games, a hat trick. I believe it was the Delaware game, not sure, but you were on fire.
Yeah, thank you. Coming into senior year, I just knew I needed to take advantage of my opportunities. In the past years, it's not always been the weight on my shoulders, but this year was my year, and I knew I needed to come in strong. And so starting off with 5 goals was just so great and really lifted the whole team's spirit.
It really was electric. I enjoyed watching it. But Alex, let's get into the real important stuff. Let's start from the beginning. As you were in high school and you started to realize you had the academic ability and the athletic ability to play at this level, when did that light bulb go off for you? Do you remember when you thought, these are the goals I want to set for myself?
Yeah, when I was in 7th grade, I actually started playing for a competitive travel team in Loudoun, Virginia, which was about an hour away from my house. So I was traveling an hour there and back every day. And I think it was my sophomore year in high school when I kind of had the light bulb moment where I knew that I had the ability to do it, and I just needed to pursue different schools and see where the opportunities lie, and I found Lafayette.
And how did Lafayette find you? Because Winchester, Virginia, I've been through it for 30 seconds, off of 81, I think, right, going down that way. And I mean, again, Lafayette, Winchester, Virginia, how was the connection made?
Yeah, I was actually looking at other Patriot League schools, and I just hadn't found the right fit. And pretty late on in the recruiting process for me, one of my family friends asked if I had heard of Lafayette, and I hadn't. So I called Coach Statham, and 2 days later he was like, "Can you come to the camp?" And so I came, played the 3 days, and he was like, "All right, I think we've got a spot for you." And here I am. Got so lucky.
Well, you know what? The harder you work, the luckier you get. There's an old saying. But Alex, what impressed me is in my day job, I work up on campus. I know what goes on up there. Your background in particular, your academic background, I read about some of the professors that you've been close with. I know those guys. I know Professor Kurt. I know Professor Caslake. Talk about those folks, the impact they've had on you, and some of the undergraduate research, which is a real strength of the college, what that's been all about for you.
Yeah, starting my sophomore year, Professor Mike Butler reached out to me from the biology department and asked if I wanted to do research in his lab. And I was kind of young, didn't really know what that entailed, but I actually ended up working with him for 5 semesters. This is my first semester not working for him. And he's taught me so many lessons in the lab, in the field, and also just in general. He's a great person. We have such a great relationship, and he's just been someone that I can always lean on academically, and if I ever need advice, he's the guy I go to. So it's been really cool to have a personal relationship like that at Lafayette.
The relationship between our faculty and our students, Alex, is something that we take a lot of pride in, and I know what you're talking about. It's so important to the academic program here. Outside of the classroom, though, you're also pretty involved as well. I don't know where you find the time to do it. I think there's something like 25 hours a week are spent just training and practicing. Soccer takes up so much time. But talk a little bit about, you're a peer mentor for the athletes. Talk about that, how you got involved with it.
Yeah, my freshman year, our team actually didn't have peer mentors, but one of the seniors on my team was peer mentor, and so I had heard about the program, and I'd really wished that we had had one. So after my freshman year, I applied for the position, and I got it. So I've actually been a peer mentor for 3 years now, and just working with the freshman athletes and trying to help their transition become as easy as it can has been so rewarding. And I've made so many great friends through the program, and there's just so many like-minded athletes on this campus, and it's just a great group of student athletes. I have friends from all different teams now, and I just feel like I've really had an impact on some of the lives, so it's cool.
You know, Alex, one thing I remember when I was doing things like this, mentoring or teaching, I discovered that as I taught and as I mentored, I learned. and I can imagine that must be a part of your experience as well, because you've got some interesting plans on the horizon.
Yeah, for sure. I've learned a lot about myself. Just hearing the struggles of other kids and helping them get through them has also kind of allowed me to self-reflect and kind of see how I deal with challenges and different things. So my goal is to go into medicine, so I'm knee-deep in med school applications right now. We'll see how it goes. But
well, Alex, with your resume that you continue to build, I know you're involved in community service as well. We don't have a whole lot of time. I'd love talking to you forever and ever. Your resume is like 3 pages long. It's impressive. I think Lafayette found a gem in you, and hopefully you found a gem in Lafayette.
I did, for sure. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Gary, Michael, another reason why Lafayette is such a great place to be. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Alex Stanford, certainly a special young lady. Also, by the way, yesterday the Lafayette field hockey team beat Lehigh by a 3-2 score.